Hello there, I'm Dr. Richard Evans, and I've just turned 60 this year. For over 3 decades, I've worked with thousands of older adults across the United States, and one of the most common things I hear sounds something like this. Doctor, I keep waking up in the middle of the night with terrible leg cramps. They hurt so bad I have to jump out of bed and walk around. What can I do? If that sounds familiar, let me tell you something. You're not alone. Millions of people over 60 experience the same thing, and many of them believe it's just a normal part of aging. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be. Leg cramps aren't something you're doomed to live with forever. They're your body's way of talking to you, often to tell you that it's missing something small but important. A little more water, a little more magnesium or potassium, or maybe just a few minutes of stretching before bed. I remember one of my patients, Mary, a 67-year-old retired teacher who came to see me on a cold winter morning. She said, "Last night I was sleeping peacefully when suddenly my calf locked up. It felt like someone grabbed it and twisted. I couldn't move. I had to get up and walk it off. It was awful." And then she smiled and added, "But I guess that's just what happens when you get old, right, doctor?" I looked at her and said softly, "Mary, sometimes it's not age. It's how we take care of ourselves. We often focus on heart health or memory, but we forget that our muscles, the very things that let us move, garden, cook, and hug our loved ones, also need care and nourishment." I want you to imagine this. It's a quiet night. You're lying down, ready to sleep. The room is calm. You close your eyes and then, suddenly, a sharp, painful cramp hits your leg. Your calf tightens like a knot. You sit up, rub it, maybe even stand and pace the room. When it finally eases, you lie back down. But the rest of your night's sleep is gone. You wake up sore, tired, and frustrated. If that's ever happened to you, I understand. Because I've heard that story hundreds of times, always told with the same weary sigh. But here's the good news. Just a few small changes in what you eat and how you care for your body can reduce those painful cramps by as much as 80%. You don't need expensive medications or complicated treatments, just real food, proper hydration, and a bit of attention to your body's signals. I once read a study from Harvard Medical School showing that magnesium deficiency is one of the most common causes of nighttime leg cramps in older adults. Magnesium helps muscles relax after they contract. But here's the catch. Many Americans don't get enough of it. We eat fewer leafy greens, fewer nuts and seeds, and we drink more coffee or alcohol, which actually drains the body of magnesium. When I told Mary that, she laughed and said, "Doctor, I drink 2 cups of coffee every morning, and I can't remember the last time I ate spinach." I smiled and said, "Sometimes the answer to your pain isn't in a pill bottle, it's on your dinner plate." From that day on, she started adding spinach, bananas, and sweet potatoes to her meals, and she made sure to drink a glass of water before bedtime. 3 weeks later, when she came back for a follow-up, she looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I've been sleeping through the night again. I don't dread bedtime anymore." Our bodies are amazing, truly. They always try to communicate with us, through aches, through fatigue, through those late-night cramps that wake us up. And our job, especially as we get older, is not to ignore those messages, but to listen and respond. Sometimes that response is as simple as adding a banana to your breakfast, drinking a little more water in the evening, or stretching your legs for 5 minutes before bed. Small steps, but they make a big difference. I share this with you not only as a doctor, but as someone your age. Someone who's felt that same middle-of-the-night cramp, that same sting of pain from not drinking enough water during the day. But over time, I've learned something important. It's not age that takes away our strength. It's our habits. And habits can change. So tonight, when you go to bed, remember this. Those cramps are not your enemy. They're simply your body's gentle reminder that it still needs your care, your attention, your love. The camera slowly zooms in. Dr. Evans's tone softens. In the next part of this video, I'll share with you 13 natural science-backed ways to stop those leg cramps for good. Simple foods and habits that have helped hundreds of my patients sleep peacefully again. And I believe if you give them a try, your body will thank you every single night. Getting older doesn't make us weak. It's how we live that truly defines our health. Main section, 13 Natural Ways to Stop Leg Cramps for Good. Soft acoustic music continues. Dr. Evans smiles as he leans forward slightly, hands folded. Now let's talk about the part you've been waiting for. What you can actually do to stop those painful leg cramps and sleep peacefully again. I'm going to share with you 13 simple things. Some are foods, others are habits, that have changed the lives of many of my patients. None of them are magic. They're just small, natural choices that help your body find balance again. And remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress, because even a small step in the right direction can bring you nights of relief and mornings of ease. 1. Avocados, the potassium hero. Let's start with one of my personal favorites, avocados. Did you know one avocado has more potassium than a banana? Potassium helps your muscles contract and relax properly, like a steady rhythm. I often tell my patients, think of potassium as the language your muscles speak. When your body doesn't have enough, your muscles start to misunderstand the signals, and that's when cramps appear. I eat half an avocado on whole grain toast every morning. It's creamy, filling, and your heart will love those healthy fats too. If you add a squeeze of lemon juice and a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds on top, even better. 2. Hydration, your simplest medicine. Before we go deeper into foods, let me remind you of something incredibly simple: water. Dehydration is one of the most common, yet most overlooked, causes of leg cramps. Your muscles are like sponges. They need fluid to move smoothly. When they dry out, they stiffen, and pain follows. A study from the Journal of Athletic Training found that mild dehydration can trigger cramps even in healthy adults. So don't wait until you're thirsty. Sip water throughout the day. And before bed, drink a small glass, just enough to keep your muscles happy overnight. 3. Bananas, your natural muscle relaxer. Bananas are one of the simplest, most powerful foods against cramps. They're packed with potassium and magnesium, the two minerals your muscles depend on. One of my patients, George, 72 years old, used to wake up 3 times a night because of calf cramps. I suggested he start his mornings with oatmeal topped with sliced banana and a handful of walnuts. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime cramps were gone. Sometimes the best medicine really does come from your kitchen. 4. Spinach, nature's magnesium booster. Let's talk about spinach. I know not everyone loves it, but hear me out. Spinach is one of the richest natural sources of magnesium, which calms your nerves and helps muscles relax. A Harvard study found that people who ate magnesium-rich foods like spinach had 30% fewer leg cramps. If you don't enjoy salads, try blending a handful of spinach into a fruit smoothie. You won't even taste it, I promise. 5. Sweet potatoes. Double the benefits. Sweet potatoes are wonderful because they give you both potassium and magnesium, the perfect combo for muscle balance. And they're high in fiber, which supports digestion and steady energy. I recommend roasting them with olive oil instead of frying. They come out soft, golden, and delicious. A comfort food that truly comforts your body. 6. Nuts and seeds. The magnesium snack. If you're a snacker, this one's for you. Almonds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds are tiny, but they're loaded with magnesium, the mineral your muscles crave. When my patients ask, "Doctor, what's one snack I should keep around?" I always say, a handful of almonds. It's a simple habit that can make a big difference, especially if you tend to get cramps in the evenings. 7. Salmon, the anti-inflammatory choice. Now let's move to something heartier. Salmon. It's rich in magnesium, potassium, and omega-3 fatty acids. Those omega-3s reduce inflammation, which keeps blood flowing smoothly through your muscles. Research from clinical nutrition found that older adults who ate fish 2 or 3 times a week had significantly fewer muscle cramps. If fresh salmon feels pricey, canned salmon works just as well. Mix it with lemon juice and herbs for an easy, healthy meal. 8. Oranges. Circulation support. Oranges aren't just about vitamin C. They also contain magnesium, which helps improve blood flow. Better circulation means your muscles get more oxygen, and that means fewer cramps. Instead of drinking orange juice, try eating the whole fruit. You'll get fiber, which helps your body absorb nutrients more effectively. 9. Beans and lentils. The plant protectors. Beans and lentils are incredible sources of protein, magnesium, and potassium. They help rebuild muscles and keep your electrolytes balanced. I remember one of my patients, John, 65, who's been a vegetarian for decades. He used to suffer from cramps until we adjusted his meals. More lentil soup, bean salads, and hydration. Now he walks his dog every morning. No cramps, no pain. Turn 10. Watermelon, the hydration hero. Few things are as refreshing as cold watermelon on a warm evening. But it's not just delicious, it's powerful. Watermelon provides water and potassium in one sweet package. A study in the Journal of Athletic Training showed that watermelon helps muscles recover faster after strain. If you often get cramps at night, have a few cubes before bedtime. 11. Greek yogurt, calcium and protein for muscle balance. Your muscles rely on calcium to contract and relax properly. When calcium levels drop, muscles fire too easily. That's when cramps happen. Greek yogurt gives you calcium and protein, which stabilize your muscles and nerves. Choose plain, unsweetened yogurt and top it with berries or honey for a little natural sweetness. 12. Vitamin D and sunlight. The forgotten factor. Here's one most people don't think about. Vitamin D. As we age, our bodies absorb less sunlight, and that affects how we process calcium. Spending just 15 minutes in morning sunlight or adding foods like salmon, eggs, or mushrooms to your diet can make a real difference. Vitamin D doesn't just help your bones. It helps your muscles stay calm and responsive. 13. Stretch before bed. A few minutes that change everything. This might be my favorite tip of all because it costs nothing. Stretching your calves before bed helps your muscles unwind, improves circulation, and signals your body it's time to rest. A simple 2-minute stretch can reduce nighttime cramps by up to 40%, according to Mayo Clinic research. It's like saying goodnight to your muscles. A small act of kindness before sleep. Dash. Camera slowly zooms in. The doctor's tone softens. You see, none of these steps are complicated. They're not about adding more stress or rules to your life. They're about bringing balance back to your body, one meal and one habit at a time. Our bodies don't stop caring for us as we age. They just ask us gently to care for them back. And when we listen, truly listen, something beautiful happens. The pain fades. The nights become peaceful again. And we remember what it feels like to wake up with energy, ready to enjoy another day. So let me ask you, which of these foods or habits will you try first this week? Leave a comment below. I love hearing your stories. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. You might just help someone else finally enjoy a cramp-free night. Age doesn't decide how we feel. Our choices do. Shakakuri closing segment. A gentle reminder about healing and aging. Soft piano music fades in. The doctor takes a slow breath, his tone calm and reflective. You know, after more than 30 years in medicine, I've learned something that no textbook ever taught me. Healing, real healing, isn't just about what you eat or how many pills you take or what your blood tests say. It's about how gently you treat yourself, how kindly you speak to your own body, and how willing you are to believe that change is still possible, no matter your age. I've met so many patients over the years, strong, beautiful souls in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, who came to me convinced that their best years were behind them. They'd look me in the eye and say, "Doc, maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be." And every time I'd smile and say, "No. Aging is natural. Suffering is not. Because your body isn't giving up on you. It's whispering to you, softly, patiently, asking for balance, for rest, for nourishment. And if you start listening, it will surprise you with how much strength still lives inside. Camera slowly zooms in, the lighting warm and gentle. I remember one woman. Her name was Mary. She was 71, a retired teacher, and she came to me after years of nightly cramps. She told me she hadn't slept through the night in over a decade. We didn't do anything dramatic. We didn't start any new medication. She just made a few small changes: more hydration, more magnesium, a short calf stretch before bed. And a few months later, she walked into my office with tears in her eyes. Not because she was in pain, but because, for the first time in years, she wasn't. She said, "Dr. Evans, I forgot what it felt like to wake up rested. I thought that part of my life was gone. That's the moment I always come back to, because it reminds me it's never too late to feel good again." Soft instrumental builds slightly, hopeful, comforting. I want you to picture something for a moment. Imagine you're walking barefoot on soft grass early in the morning. The air is cool, the sunlight is gentle. You take a deep breath, and for a moment, just a moment, your body feels light again. That feeling, that peace, that's what your body is capable of when you care for it with patience and consistency. So if you're struggling tonight, if the cramps keep you awake, or if you feel like your body isn't listening to you anymore, please don't give up. Start small. Add one healthy habit this week. Drink that extra glass of water. Stretch for 2 minutes before bed. Choose the banana instead of the cookie. Because every little act of care tells your body, I'm still with you. We're still in this together. And your body will respond, slowly, quietly, but it will respond. Camera shows a close-up of Dr. Evans' gentle smile. I'm not here to promise miracles. I'm here to remind you that your health isn't gone. It's waiting to be reclaimed. The strength, the energy, the ease you once had, it's still there, beneath the noise of everyday stress, waiting for your attention. And if you give it just a little love, a little patience, your body will thank you in ways words can't describe. I often tell my patients this: aging is like tending a garden. You can't control the weather, but you can nurture the soil. And when you do, life begins to bloom again, quietly, beautifully, in its own time. So take care of your garden. Feed it with real food, gentle movement, and gratitude. Because health isn't just a physical state, it's a relationship between you and the body that's carried you through every chapter of your life. Soft pause, the doctor's voice lowers, intimate. Tonight, before you go to sleep, I want you to try something simple. When you lie down, place a hand over your heart and say, thank you. Thank your body for everything it's done, for every step, every breath, every beat that's kept you here. You might be surprised at how healing that one small moment can be. Music swells slightly as he smiles, looking straight into the camera. If this video brought you comfort or reminded you that healing is still possible, please leave me a comment below. Tell me your story. I read every one of them. And if you know someone who's struggling with leg cramps or pain, share this video with them. You never know how deeply one small act of kindness can change a life. Remember, health is not about fighting your age. It's about learning to age gracefully, with wisdom, with strength, and with peace. You're not alone on this journey. We're walking it together, one mindful step at a time. Dr. Evans smiles, voice gentle but steady. Until next time, take care of yourself, and never forget, your body still believes in you.